Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 2. In the last episode, we stole the land and titles of our vassal, Duke Anzar of Aragon. In this episode, we will actually be playing the game a bit more. The main thing that you do in Crusader Kings 2 is monitor your nearby political situation and wait for opportunities to strike. We have a potential opportunity in the south because it looks like there is a rebellion in this Muslim kingdom here. So let's click on this territory, and down here it shows various diplomatic relationships. Wars, truces, and things like that. So the Umayyads are hostile towards certain Vikings who have raided them, and they're also at war. They're defending against a revolt for Mustarif's claim on Zarzoga, and a war for Ismail's claim on Zarzoga. So this looks like it's a regional war. I don't think that the king is involved in either way. Nope. He is engaged in a holy war on Fez, but he is not involved in this Duke's war here. So it's a conflict that we can't really exploit very well, but hopefully in time the main king will come and get involved. And then that will reduce their realm troops enough to create an opening for us. That is what most of the game is. Monitoring the political situation and waiting for just the right time to make your move. Our time is not yet, so until then we've got other things to do. Looks like we need to nominate a new successor for king. Right now our grandson is nominated, but I don't think we want him on the throne. Let's take a look at his stats here. He is halfway decent. He's got all right scores in diplomacy and intrigue, which are useful for a ruler, but I think we're going to go with our son, Duke Anso. Let's go back up to laws here. The reason we want Duke Anso is because he's got pretty mediocre skills too, but an extraordinary martial score. So he will be able to lead our armies well, should the time come. Okay, then because of the death of our son, we also have an open council position. So let me open up the council menu here. Your council are a group of vassals or subjects who have various important jobs around the kingdom. And they, using your council correctly, can really improve your kingdom's operation. So we've got a chancellor here, and he has got the chancellor is your chief diplomat. He has 3 different jobs. All of the counselors have 3 different jobs that they can do. The chancellor can improve diplomatic relations. You send him to a particular county, and over time the lord and vassals in that county will like you more. All of the counselor actions have a maximum range, so we couldn't send our chancellor to Eastern Europe or, farther, like the Middle East. Only as far as the Byzantine Empire. And even then, Constantinople looks like the limit of our range. We're actually going to want to keep him at home, though, because you can also send him to your home territory to improve your relationship with your vassals. Could also have him fabricate claims. I mentioned earlier on that you can only declare war if you have a valid claim, but that wasn't quite true. Could also declare a war with an invalid claim if you've got a chancellor who can fabricate them well. We don't need to do that right now because we've got our hands full in this region, more claims than we can possibly press at the moment. But in the future, if we run out, like if the Umayyad Sultanate falls to Christians, probably most likely Asturias, but also potentially Aquitaine, then we will have to fabricate claims to expand our territory. It's just one of those weird little quirks of the game. You can't just nakedly declare war out of pure aggression, but if you have a legal fig leaf, then you can. You can also have the Chancellor sow dissent, which causes a rift between liege and vassal in a particular territory. This can be handy for inspiring a revolt, or you could also ensure that there are fewer levy troops when you attack. So, that's something that we might be interested in doing in the future. Your marshal has 3 tasks as well. He can suppress revolts, which makes like a revolt of your peasantry less likely. Also, it increases your chance to arrest people in a particular territory, which we probably should have used that against Duke Anzar. You could have him train troops, which increases your levy size and levy reinforcement rate. You can also have him research military technology, which we'll get into what technology does in a future episode. Okay, your Stuart. Our Stuart position is currently empty, so let's appoint a new Stuart by clicking on this. When you bring up this screen, the potential candidates for Stuart are organized from best to worst in terms of their relevant skill. The relevant skill for Stuart is stewardship, obviously, and it looks like Mayor Egidio is our best bet for Stuart. Oh, and he also has an ambition to amass wealth, so maybe he'll be able to do that as a Stuart. Okay. So when you appoint someone to your council, their opinion of you increases, and that's a nice boost. So stewards are your main financial people. You can send them to collect taxes, to oversee construction. You can build special buildings in your territories, which increase your levies and tax revenues and such. And overseeing construction improves the build speed of those buildings. We're not going to do that yet because we want to save up our gold for mercenaries in case of a war. And then you could also research economic technology. We're going to want him to collect taxes. The Spy Master is useful for plotting. They can uncover plots against you and make your plots more likely to succeed. So they can scheme, which helps uncover plots, and also encourages and discourages factions, which we haven't had any faction activity yet, so that's not an issue for us. Build a spy network, which can spread rumors and uncover corruption, and also improve your assassination chance. You could have them study technology. This involves sending them to a foreign court, and then over time they'll gain technological secrets from more advanced territories. There's also a potential chance that they will be captured and imprisoned by the liege there, because apparently they don't like your people studying their technology. Finally, we've got our court chaplain, Bishop Beltran the Wicked, and we've got a wicked chaplain. So we could proselytize, which if we captured territory that was ruled by a different religion, could send him in to convert to our religion. Could also suppress heresies and the like. Research cultural technology and improve religious relations, which means he would make us and our church vassals like each other more. However, we don't want to do anything like that with our court chaplain because he's got a learning skill of 3. So we want to appoint a new court chaplain, Rodrigo, Bishop of Barbastro. Okay, so we'll have him improve religious relations. hopefully with himself. Then we'll have our spymaster scheme to defend us from hostile plots. And then our steward collect taxes. Our marshal will train troops in Alto Aragon, because that's the territory that lost the most troops. And then we'll have our chancellor improve diplomatic relations. Okay. So hopefully all of that will improve the functioning of our realm. But we've still got some counselors here who don't like us. So let's also engage in a bit of domestic diplomacy. So conduct diplomacy, and we could send gifts to people, but I don't want to spend the gold, so we'll give them something cheap, but honorary, but that they'll like. So we can award the mayor an honorary title. Keeper of the Swans, Master of the Hunt. It doesn't really matter, except for Court Jester. This will cause a vassal to like you less. He's our chief diplomat, so we'll make him we'll make him Master of the Hunt. Okay, so that improved his opinion a bit. And then let's take a look at the rest of our council. We want our spy master to like us more, so we're going to give him an important title too. Or an unimportant, an honorary title. We'll make him cupbearer. This is the most liked of the titles. So there we go with that. Bumped him up to neutral. Then we've got a steward. We'll make him a seneschal. These are all purely ceremonial. And then the bishop here, we will make High Almoner. And I think I still got a couple of vassals who still do not care for me that much. I already awarded him a title. Give Bishop Beltran, we'll make him Keeper of the Swans. And then I think all of my vassals have gotten honorary titles, so we'll just have to hope that in time my chancellor improves our relations. And that is the council and a bit about domestic politics. In the future, we will start time and wait for events to happen. Till then,